Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel for another video. This piece of rough is going to be a good one just because I've already given it a name. And as soon as you give a piece of rough a name, then you know you've got something half decent. So I'm calling this one Green Lightning. You can see here just from the top there's a little chip and you can see this flash of green coming across. And it's a real vibrant kind of green. It looks a little bit more blue on camera, but it is a really bright green more than it is a blue. And then we look to the side and bam. Other side, just as good. Other side, still wonderful. This side hasn't been fully exposed, but even there, the green flash comes through. So if we take a really close look at it, and we can get it to focus. Always plus, there we go. It's a bit of a dark base kind of opal. It's definitely not white, and you can see that there's these veins of crystal kind of going through it. And it's those crystal veins that have got this insane flash of colour. And there seems to be one at the top and one at the bottom of the stone, so I'm gonna have to expose both and have a look. Have a look at each of them, and this might end up being a double-sided piece. The only problem is that it's not really thick and neither colour bar is very thick, so I've got to be real careful when I'm exposing the top and bottom. That top colour bar seems to be really straight, really strong. The bottom one is definitely more curvy, but the top one's also just been chipped into at the top here as well, so I've really got not a lot of room to play with here. So initially, I'll just expose this side properly and expose both the top and the bottom to get this lightning green to jump out of both sides. And depending on how that goes, we might have to shape it a little bit and decide on whether one side is better than the other and focus on that one, or just go full on double-sided and polish both sides and pick a shape. So yeah, I'll be back once I've exposed everything and we'll have a look. This could be a really impressive piece. This was also hiding away in the $2,000 mystery parcel by Jennie and Shane that I did an unboxing and review for. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. And yeah, we'll get right into this one, I think. Might be one of the brightest stones that I've got. And we're back. So we've rubbed off the opal and it's turned out to be quite a wonderful piece of blue-green, like predicted. If we can maintain focus, so you can see the really aggressive cutting marks. I've used the coarse bit on this. So this will be the top of the stone. It's only the top of the stone because the other side, though it does have that other colour bar, it tapers off and kind of disappears along this bottom edge. So we're only just still on a colour bar here, and there's still an inclusion that goes in pretty deep on that side. So I did decide that this will be the top. And you can see that it's basically exactly what it looked like it was going to be. So a huge flash of green. It looks a little bit blue on this camera just because of the quality of this camera is not the best. One day we will get something a bit better. But yeah, it's quite a nice rub, this one. So already this $2,000 mystery parcel is starting to pay off slowly. I'm not entirely sure what I'll do with this one for now, so we'll just leave it as a rub. I'll go down one more grit just to get rid of some of these tiny inclusions here, but I'll keep the shape as it is until I decide what I'm going to do with it. I don't know if I'll make a doublet out of this. It's still fairly thick, so maybe not. But until I decide on a path to take with it, I'm basically just going to keep it somewhat like this. Just rub down a little bit more to get rid of these last inclusions. I'm not going to go through the process of polishing this one yet, just in case I do decide that I want to do some more work on it. Obviously it's a really unusual shape, kind of almost trapezoid But yeah, I don't know whether I'll go for a doublet or whether it's going to be an inlay piece for a necklace or something, and then in that case I don't know what shape I want it, or if I'm going to give it to someone else, what shape they want it to be. And if someone else is going to use it for something, then I'm just going to cut it to their kind of specifications if they've got a piece in mind for it. It's much better than jumping the gun now and going ahead and just modifying the piece to how I want it if I'm not going to do anything with it. So yeah, it might appear in a future video if we're going to cut it into a certain shape. If we have a bit of a closer look and it maintains focus, you can see there that there's a few tiny remnants of inclusions that I didn't want to get rid of with the coarse bit. So there's a couple speckles here, those are the bigger ones there, there's a little sand spot there. But yeah, all in all, I didn't want to go too much deeper because the colour bar is not that even and it's not that thick. It's still fairly thick on one side but not the other. And yeah, so that's going to do this one. Rub 1 out of that mystery parcel is just about complete. I'll do a little bit more work on it off camera. But yeah, 1 down. I'm already working on a couple of the other ones and I've selected some of the big ones that we'll have a look at and see whether this parcel's going to pay for itself or not. So far indications are that it's going to be pretty good. I don't know if it'll get to the $2,000 value. Like I said when I unboxed that parcel of rough, I thought 2,000 is probably a bit high, to be honest. But having said that, there seems to be some comments on the video already that other people are saying that it's not up to that kind of scratch, up to that kind of value itself. And I think some of that might be in the way that I lit the piece when I was recording, because I don't have great lighting in the shed here, so it did dull the stones a little bit. I think they are better than what people can see on that video, and this is just the first tiny stone of many that I'm sure will come out of it. So stay tuned and I'll see if I can get some value out of this parcel. So yeah, catch you in the next one.